Okay, gentlemen, this is a question paper with correct alternatives of the MCQ section of 60 marks of 30 question, each question carrying 2 marks. Now, the exam was held on 27th of July this month on 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The questions are collected from various discussion among students who are the part of our 3-hour MCQ class as well as regular interactive class coaching students. So, since compiled from student recollection during the post-exam designation discussion, based on the discussion with our acting professor, Anirban Banik, an SD graduate, who is also teaching at MIT University, Pune, we have collectively formulated what we believe to be the correct answers. While we cannot guarantee 100% accuracy in that exact wording of the questions, the version presented below are very close to what was asked in the actual examination. So, here you go. Mati Varani, according to Natya Shastra, is side corridors to the stage. We call it as a wings. So this is a correct alternative. Living truthfully under imaginary circumstances is a famous quote by Meisner. Two main fundamental style of classical dance according to Natya Shastra is Lasya and Tandava. This particular term refers to Bertolt Brecht's theater. It's very obvious and very famous. Magic if is a concept given by Stanislavski, a well-known and popular concept. So, easy question. Which of the following are not a type of Abhinay according to Natya Shastra? Find the odd one out. So, Marmik is not the correct one. This is the odd one. Rest are all correct. Which Marathi actor titled Shringar Samrat is famous for playing female character? The correct answer is Bal Gandharv. Choose which is the correct in context of kabuki, a traditional Japanese theater form. It is all roles are performed by men, even the females, and then they are called onagata. Match the following was there: Grotowski with the poor theater, Bertolt Brecht with epic theater, absurd theater with Martin Eslin, and Safdar Hashmi was connected with a street play. So there were different alternatives. You have to match and then you have to choose the correct option. What was the Michael Chekhov's theory supported? External gesture leading to internal psychology, imagination over emotional. Wherever these two alternatives were positioned, that combination would be the correct thing. Here we have put at the B and C, so correct alternative is B and C in this reference. Otherwise, had they been on C and D, the correct answer would have been the C and D. In voice training, why an ideal balance is required in pitch, pace, and pause? The correct answer is for clarity and rhythm. From which Shakespeare's play this line has been taken? The world is a stage. The correct answer is as you like it. How does an actor portray the subtext? The correct alternative is while speaking the dialogue, an actor must take pauses, eye movement, and microfacial expression. One of the characters of the play is in stillness, not speaking in a group scene, but he is central to the dramatic tension. What does the character implicit? Correct alternative is active listening with subtle facial expression. A shift from cynical to activism in a character is called character arc and character transformation. Whichever position was these two alternatives were there, that is the correct answer. Here we have put it at a B and C, so correct answer is B and C. Had these two alternatives would have been at A and B, the correct answer would have been A and B. Tempo rhythm according to Stanislavski system signifies tempo is the speed and rhythm sets the flow of the scene. Other alternatives are not correct. Question number 17. How is the genre of the movie affect the audience perception? So correct answer is horror movies prepare an audience for suspense, fear, and dark visuals. Rest are not correct. This was a passage which has a 5 question to be answered. One of them was picked up from the passage itself. It was comparatively easy. I read the passage. Michelle is a blind and deaf girl. Her mentor is having a conversation with her and says, the world is different for you than it is for others. You have to create a world of your own. You must listen with your heart and feel with your hands and mind. Your path will be difficult and it will be yours alone. You cannot give up. With patience and courage, you will have to learn to overcome the challenges. Questions are, what is the perception of the world for Michel? The correct answer was, it was different than others. We could not find the two other alternative, but doesn't matter. We know the correct one. Which technique of acting he is advising to her in this? Correct answer is psychological realism. What her mentor was encouraging her to do instead of quitting. So correct alternative is show courage and patience. Do not accept her defeat. This combination is the correct alternative. Whether here it is at B and D, so correct alternative B plus D. Had it been at B at C, the correct alternative would have been a B at C. So this MSQ kind of a question was converted into a MCQ this particular year. If a method actor prepares for this character, what will be his preparation? Visiting schools of blind and deaf people and observe the given circumstances, meeting the teachers of blind and deaf to understand their behavior. These two, whichever position they were there, this is the correct alternative. Mentor is advising her to use which senses? Hands, body, and mind. What is a Fresnel light? Need to understand this clearly. It is a Fresnel is a French word which consists of concentric circle in a glass of circular glass. The circular glass is added in front of the light, which focuses the light. So it sometimes you can make it a small area, sometimes you can make it a large area, but all the cases the light remains specular, which we use here word called hard light. So alternative is give soft diffuse light with a adjustable focus. Adjustable focus is there at the back, but it still give the hard light, not soft diffuse light. To give light to a group of actors, that is the purpose, or could be anything. Focus the light during movement, no. When you focus the light during the movement, that focus is called spotlight. Here, so alternative is clear, sharp, focused light. Okay, bit difficult for actors, but if you are from theater background or if you have some idea of the lighting, you could attempt it, but difficult. Songs my mother wrote to me, again a difficult question because if you know it, you could answer it correctly. It was Marlon Brando, so all three other actors are big guys. They could also have written the thing, but a difficult question from the knowledge point of view, not from the understanding of acting point of view. So we had deep discussion about various books, but this was not included. So surprise entry. Match the following: Sahib Bibi or Gulam by Bimal Mitra. That was the correct alternative. Aadha Gaon by Dr. Rahim Masoom Raza. You are Anand Murthy. There was an alternative along with that. And fourth one, we could not figure it out. So this, if you could figure it out, Sahib Bibi or Gulam with Bimal Mitra, rest could be out. So this is the correct alternative. Godan by Premchand is based on which theme? Exploitation of poor farmers is the correct alternative. Thus, Kathia is a traditional Odisha folk narrative art form having how many narrators? So it has correct answer is 2. I've given some explanation. The Gaika, main narrator, is a singer. The Palya is assistant or accompanist. Together they narrate stories from epic mythology, social themes using humor, music and dramatic expression. This is a tricky question. On Peter Bhubook's Mahabharata, Krishna's character was depicted in a way. It was something like this. Some political strategist was one alternative, voiceover was another, omniscient narrator was another. The correct one was human-like figure who embodies the principle of choice rather than a divine figure. Because there was a lot of controversy when the Peter Book Mahabharata was made. It was a black character and people and was not a very good looking like the Krishna. So that was his theory of Peter Book, why he selected that particular character. What is the best way to show the inner conflict of a character? The correct answer was inner dramatic tension for the audience. Now, this question was more of a reasoning. Seven actors A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and G is sitting facing the audience. D is third to the left of A, who is second to the left of F. E is not a neighbor of either F or D. C is the third to the left of B, who is sitting between G and B. So I cannot guarantee what is the correct answer. So something like that was a question. So this is more of a reasoning question, but people attempted correctly. There was some confusion they created by something in this which we can't predict now. Now in terms of descriptive question, there were two questions need to be attempted. Very regular kind of a expected question. Choose any one character from the Ramayana or Mahabharata or any Shakespeare's play and write about their traits, conflict, and transformation. Also, explain how you would prepare this character to portray it on a screen or stage. Something like that question has come in the past also. And this particular year, when we were discussing in the doubt clearing class, I do mention that any character from Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shakespeare play, you can prepare for the descriptive part. So it came in that sense of the term. How does the rasa affect the spectator? What is the process of rasa nishpatti as explained in the Indian aesthetic, and what is its relevance in modern day screen acting? Again, the expected question. Analyze the performance of any of the of your favorite actors in a particular film. What qualities do you admire and what would you like to imbibe in your own practice as an actor? Again, an expected question. Every year this question comes. This particular question has also come in the past. Again, it has come. So there were three. Write in detail about the differences between cinema acting, theater acting, and TV acting. How does the approach vary in every medium, each medium? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the question paper of FTI entrance exam acting stream 2025. I would say this is the first time in the history of acting course, particularly, is such a relevant question has come. Except two questions, most of the questions were appropriate and up to the mark, and most certainly the best question paper ever came in FTI entrance exam for acting, though I do not believe that acting evaluation of objective format is the correct way, and then you check the paper B. I've been saying it again and again, and I repeat, both the papers should be checked together to find the appropriate candidate in any stream. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening and hope it was useful for everybody.